Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, so if you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag, and today I'm coming at you with another Let's Play episode of Dawn Chorus Torulf's Path. So, the last time we left off, we got to talking to Torulf for a little bit, and, he let us stay in his room, so now we're just getting some dinner, and we're going to bring it back, and we're just going to go see where the evening takes us. So this may be a shorter video. I imagine this is probably, the last one before the end of build, so let's jump right into it, shall we, and see what these two tigers have in store for us. Room 16. I glance at the next door to the right, leading to my room. Maybe in the end, losing my keys was a blessing in disguise. Sure, it would be nice to have my stuff back, but if I had the key, I probably would spend a third of the day inside my room, alone. And for sure, I wouldn't spend the night with Torulf. Speaking of, the thought of it makes me anxious. I barely know him after all. Cuddling on a couch in the common room is one thing, but sleeping with him in his room is something much different. I asked him already anyway. I can't just back out now. For a moment, I hesitate, but I finally gather up my courage and knock on the door. Come in! Ooh, pretty room. Wait, I thought it was dark outside. Okay, never mind. I guess there's a little bit of sunlight. Stepping into the room, I feel like a prey entering a predator's lair. Torulf is sitting at the table with his legs crossed and looking at me with a slight smile. You can drop your things wherever. I don't mind. Okay, thanks. I quickly glance around the room, familiarizing myself with it. It looks a bit different than I imagined. Almost none of Torulf's personal belongings are lying around. There's a laptop on one of the two bedside cabinets. That's all. Nothing that would tell me more about the room's owner, apart from possibly his fondness of minimalism. I still feel his gaze on my back, so I refrain from looking around too much. Careful not to drop the food, I take off the jacket I'm wearing and hang it on a hook next to the door, and drop the photo bag below it. Finally, I take off my shoes and walk across the room to the table, sitting down opposite to Torulf. Hungry? Yeah, quite. Go ahead. Dig in. I didn't really look at the food we were given earlier. My mind was occupied with other things, so only now I take a better look at the food we were given. 2 rye bread sandwiches topped with slices of some dark cheese and sprinkled with pepper. That does sound pretty good, actually. Simple, but looks so good. Especially considering I'm already pretty hungry. The slice of apple cake is deliciously browned on the edges and smells faintly of cardamom and cinnamon. My paws feel a bit damp, so I wipe them on my trousers nervously. What's the matter? Oh, sorry, everything's fine. Hey, Carvin, don't feel tense. Torulf extends his paw above the table and starts petting my head. It has an opposite effect on me, though. I can feel my cheeks getting hot and I tense up even more, embarrassed. He took me by surprise, but after a moment of the initial embarrassment disappears, and his gentle strokes are soothing. I close my eyes and lean into his paw with my head, letting him rub my snout. Let's save it right here in case this gets a little amorous. His paw pads are exceptionally soft. He brushes the side of my snout with his thumb, and I let out a pleased rumble. I had no idea snouts are this sensitive. He takes his paw away for a few seconds of petting, and I open my eyes, missing it already. We're just eating supper together. Everything is fine. You didn't have to stop. Let's enjoy our food for now. I'm not going anywhere. I nod and grab the sandwich, taking a bite mindlessly, my mind still processing what just happened. What's that taste? It's sweet but savory, and salty too. Kinda nutty, but has an aftertaste similar to caramel? Oh, I see you haven't encountered Bruchnost before. You'll get used to it. It's an acquired taste, but once you know what to expect, it's delicious. Maybe. I hope, but I have my doubts. I thought you had Bruchnost in Finland, though. That's where you're from, right? I hope I didn't mix it up. It is. I am a Finn. How is it? Much different from Norway? Not really, though the landscape is quite different. Finland is covered with forests, and we have lakes literally everywhere. It has the nickname the Land of 1,000 Lakes for a reason. Meanwhile, Norway has cliffs and fjords and all the mountains. Torulf nods, finishing his sandwich. I'm done with mine too, so I grab a slice of cake and take a bite. The sweet and tart flavor of ripe apples fills my mouth. Oh, it really is good. The crust is perfectly baked and crumbles easily, and the hint of cinnamon enhances the flavor. It's really well balanced, and with nothing overpowering the rich taste of the apples. Oh, wow. This is nice. You can have mine then. I didn't plan on eating it anyway. Really? Why, you don't like cakes? What kind of psychopath doesn't like cakes? Maybe I should rethink my stay here. I'm quite full already. I try not to eat too much. Besides, cakes aren't really good for you. I brought apples with me, and I'd rather have one than a cake. I'd gladly have another then, thanks. Go ahead. And if you want an apple too, I have a lot of them. Torulf stands up from behind the table and walks up to the cupboard, taking an apple from it. So, anyway, you know a fair bit about me already, but I want to know more about you too. And no need to be shy around me, and anything that's on your mind, you can ask away. Maybe we can take turns asking questions. That sounds fine. I already asked one, so it's your turn. Okay, oh god! Wow, so many choices. I feel like this is Mass Effect. Well, Mass Effect, you only get like 3 choices, so... Do you have any hobbies no one knows about? Let's see. There's one, but I don't know if I'd call it unusual. I don't buy books because I don't want to clutter my flat with them, and while I often read ebooks, sometimes I just want to hold a physical book with my paws when reading. That's mostly the case with fantasy books, or the ones I've read in my childhood. So, I often go to the library, borrow a book, and go through it in 1 or 2 sittings in the reading room. I can focus better on it there than in my flat, where I have many distractions. Again, that's not very unusual, but certainly less popular in the current age. Biting into an apple, Torulf looks somewhere above me and thinks for a short moment before speaking. So, how about, what's your favorite kind of music? That's an easy one to start with. I know it's a broad term, but I'd go with indie folk. You know, stuff like Nimble Foxes, Bonatom. Acoustic guitar plucking and falsetto singing, but with pop sensibilities. Good for you. You're spoiled for choices nowadays, then. I finished the last bite of the cake and licked my fingers clean. That was really good. And thankfully, there's more. Are you sure I can have your cake? Go ahead. I won't eat it anyway. Thanks. Let's see... Yeah, there we go. Oh, I don't drink much. Mostly because 2 beers for me is already enough. Ah, he's preaching to the choir right here. I like ordering a classic Negroni, I don't know what that is, or just some Irish whiskey on ice. Bourbon works too. I remember the first time I've ordered Negroni. It was during a dinner with a client. I didn't know what it was. Oh boy, that was a mistake to remember. One drink I can't stand is Long Island iced tea. Oh, I love Long Island iced tea. I don't understand how people can drink that stuff at all. It's packed with flavors that don't come together at all. There's some craft beers I loved, mostly the unusual ones I found interesting, like Earl Grey IPA or various sour ones. I don't like IPA. Russian Imperial Stouts are great. Stouts are pretty good. But a bottle of that is enough to make me boozed up. Now, let's try something more serious. What do you want to do with your life? Okay, that really is far more serious. It might sound weird, but what I mean with that is, do you have someone planned for yourself? Do you have a vision of what you'd like your life to look like in 10 years? Okay, let's save this right here. Okay, I want to travel. Hearing you talk about your travels was nice, and I'd like to travel like that as well. It's a nice life. I can only recommend it. Here we go. You mentioned you liked visiting Asia. What did you like about it so much? For one, it's very different from Europe. More so than you might imagine. From the landscape and architecture to people's mentality and the food, it's all exotic. It feels refreshing and gives a different point of view on European culture. Only by contrasting what is familiar with something new can we see it objectively. And their food is always so good. Fresh and aromatic, imaginative, and so full of taste. I don't want to generalize because Asia is immensely big and varied, but people there are friendly, heartfelt, and open, and I always felt welcome there. I'm afraid it might change with the current wave of digital nomads and influencers, though. Instead of going elsewhere exotic to get immersed in the local culture, the tourists expect to have all the restaurant chains they know, Western-style hotels, spas, and whatnot. In the end, wherever you go, everything looks the same, and you no longer know if you're in Italy, California, or Sri Lanka. Flats are bought or constructed for rent by foreign investors, pushing people away from the cities. Tourists often choose to live in closed bubbles separated from the local people, and for me that's a sign that modern tourism needs to reinvent itself to work with some more respect towards cultures. Amen to that. My turn now. Were you ever in a serious relationship? Not yet. In fact, I wasn't in any, really. Never? Are you serious? I would lie if I said his reaction didn't hurt my pride a bit. It's easy to feel like there's something wrong with you when you're 19 and never been with anyone. No, not yet. There was one time when I had a crush on someone, but I don't think I wanted to get into that. Fair enough. Torulf glances at the smartwatch on his wrist before looking back at me with a smile. It's slowly getting late. I think I'll go take a shower now and get ready. Ready? I'll be back soon. Ah! Ooh, look at that. Ooh, oh my god, that face. Look at that face! He gets up and enters the bathroom, closing the door after himself. I'm left alone here, and suddenly the silence hanging in the air feels heavier. I finish the second piece of cake in silence, simply staring at the wall. Actually, guys, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a treat today. I'm going to finish this playthrough right here. So I don't have to do the next episode for like 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe the questions we've asked help us know a bit more about each other, but they barely scratch the surface of who we both are. They're still helpful, though. I don't feel tense anymore. Actually, you know what? Let's go back a little bit. There we go. Let's try that one. Oh, that's an easy one. If I want something, why should I hide it? Boldness can take you far. You'll see. Oh, what? What is that? What did you mean by that? If there's something you want, you need to have the courage to go ahead and take it, and not wait for who knows what. My turn now. Okay, there we go. Okay. And okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright, I wanted to see that one. Okay. I stand up and look around the room, but there's not much to look at, so I sit back on the chair and check the messages. I always have my notifications on mute and check the messages when I have the time, not when someone writes to me. I have only one unread message, though, from Miko. Hey, Carvin, you found a room for tonight? Miko's messages always have proper punctuation and capitalization, which is a rare thing to see. Hey, it's just like mine, then. When I write with him, I do the same, otherwise I'd feel crude. Yeah, I'm staying with Torulf. It takes a moment before Miko replies, but with the way he composes his message, it's no surprise. Okay, I'm glad. Sleep well, Carvin. Oh! There we go. And I'm back. Torulf walks out of the bathroom wearing only boxers that don't leave much to the imagination. Whoa, what's this? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. My first impulse is to look away, but I know Torulf came out of the bathroom like that so I could look at him. And he certainly has nothing to be ashamed of. His tank top didn't hide much, but now it's pretty obvious that this tiger takes good care of himself. There's not much fat on him, yet he looks pleasantly soft. That's the fluff. Even here, from a distance, I can see that his fur is brushed, well-kept, and shiny. He has a nice solid build, somewhere between athletic and buff, and I can't help but wonder how many hours he had to spend at the gym to look like that. Yeah, I'd better go take a shower too. Blushing like crazy, I walk over to my photo bag and take the bathroom kit out of the side pocket. I'm glad Torulf can't see my face now. See you in a moment. Sure, Carvin. Take your time. You'll find a fresh towel there, so you can use it. Thanks! Phew. My heart beats so fast. I take a few deep breaths to calm down before commencing the evening maintenance. I first brush my teeth, paying special attention to my long canines. I'm glad they had a kit with a toothbrush designed for Felidae. Those bigger and wider universal ones are sometimes painful to use. And I strip down to my boxers, putting all my clothes on the toilet lid, first making sure that it's clean, and look at myself in the mirror. My face is the same as ever, but I feel like I'm looking at someone else. I raise my paw to my snout and touch it to make sure it's me. I haven't even kissed with anyone yet, and here just a moment ago I was standing face to face with an almost naked tiger who does little to hide his intentions. Things are progressing so fast that I feel like I'm on a roller coaster that only speeds up. With a deep sigh, I lean my paws on the side of the wall beside the mirror. The tiles are still wet with steam from Torulf's shower. Am I really ready for this? Looking deep into my eyes, I search for an answer, but I know I won't find it there. The moisture in the air clings to my fur, making it damp. Isn't this what I wanted? I look at my reflection again, this time looking at my body. I'm far from being as fit as Torulf. I feel a bit self-conscious. Next to him, I'm just a clumsy average tiger. But then it was he who started hitting on me. Maybe he sees something in me that I can't. He told me I'm cute. I take off my boxers, letting them fall to the ground, grab the shampoo and conditioner from the bathroom kit, and get into the shower. The water is warm and pleasant. Wasting no time, I open the shampoo and start rubbing it into my fur, starting with my head. I ended up here, in Torulf's room, because I wanted to. I'm not doing anything against myself. I'm only going where my curiosity leads me, and that thought comforts me. I start imagining Torulf standing here with me, in one shower. That alone is enough to give me a boner. I stand under the stream of water, letting it flow down my body, washing away all the tension. I don't have to imagine him here. He's just behind the wall, and I'm going to see him in a few moments again. It would be nice to take a shower together, though. I continue with the relaxing ritual until I'm all clean. Then I open the conditioner and apply it generously, brushing it into my wet fur. It's unbranded, but it smells nice. Now I smell nice, too. Finally, I rinse my whole body again and turn off the water. I step out of the shower and dry myself with a fresh towel, which takes some time when you're all covered in thick feline fur. I expected him to be standing outside like the shower curtain. I'm done in a few minutes, plus modern technology for those thick, super-absorbing towels, and then I realize something. I don't have any fresh clothes with me, only the ones I was wearing the whole day. I wish I at least had a fresh pair of boxers. Slim chances, but I hope Torulf won't notice that. I have no choice, though, so I put them on, grab the rest of my clothes, and leave the bathroom. Torulf is sitting on one of the beds and reading something on his phone when I leave the bathroom. He turns in my direction and grins, putting down the phone. Oh God. So, my bet was right. You really are a cutie. I think I've blushed more today than I have during my entire life combined. Hey, as I said, no need to feel tense. You look really good, you know. And you're even cuter when you get flustered like that. Thanks, you look really great too. Well, I hope so. I've put a lot of work in this. Torulf, can I ask you one more question? Shoot, then I also get to ask one. Just so there aren't any misunderstandings. You are gay, right? Getting bolder, I see. I like that. I'm not gay, though. I'm bisexual. In the end, it doesn't really matter, because I mostly meet up with guys anyway. Oh, well, why's that? It just feels much easier that way, I guess. Less hassle, you know? I'm better suited for a gay lifestyle. It just works well for me. I've had some women in my bed. It was always fun, but not really something I miss a lot. It feels like there are so many games you have to play and expectations you have to fulfill when dating women. Meanwhile, meeting with men is no frills, no games, no shame, just fun. I've met women who think similarly, but it's rather rare. With men, you can get what you want without the whole dating game, and you can spend the surplus time and resources on yourself. That's what works for me, though. So, I'm bi, but I might as well have been born gay and it wouldn't make a difference. I'm happy being me. What about you, though? Me? That's something I don't even know myself. I'm not sure, frankly. I know I like guys, though. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes I think that maybe I should date a girl just to see what it's like. Sometimes I'm afraid that if I don't get a girlfriend, I'll miss some important part of life, and that maybe I'll become an outsider or something and distance myself from society around me. About the latter, that could have been true 10 or 20 years ago, but not anymore, I think. And there'll always be some things in life you'll miss. That's unavoidable, and that's okay. There's no point in beating yourself over everything you didn't try. The more you do, the better, of course. But don't feel obligated to try dating a girl, only do it if you really want to. Rather do what feels right to you, and don't let the FOMO force you to do things you don't even want to. Maybe you're right. I just feel I still have some exploring to do. If you want to start right now, you can come lie down here with me. I nod in response, blushing, and come closer to Torulf. We're gonna save that right there. Oof. He makes me some room, and I sit down next to him on the bed, resting my paws on my thighs, unsure what to do with them. Hey, no need to be so nervous. He licks my ear playfully, then nibbles on it gently. The sensation sends sparks of pleasure down my spine, and I shiver, surprised, pressing my side against him. How about we lie down and get more comfortable? I only nod in response. I don't know if Torulf is that perceptive or if it's that obvious that I'm nervous, but he really is trying to make me feel comfortable, and I'm grateful for it. Wait, I'll turn off the lights first so that we don't have to get up for it later. I swear to God, if it says end of fucking build. So where were we? Okay, from this perspective, Torulf looks imposing, his handsome silhouette illuminated by the light of the moon. With the lights out, my other senses sharpen immediately. I am suddenly very much aware of the shampoo Torulf uses. It has a nice, fresh, and citrusy smell. The big tiger approaches me and puts his paws on my shoulders, gently pushing me down to the bed. I hoped that sooner or later you'd end up here. One of his paws travels down my chest and stops at my belly, giving it a rub. Belly rubs! His claws brush through my fur and prickle my skin. My whole body feels much more sensitive than normal. His every touch makes me tremble. You have very pleasant fur, Carvin. Thanks. You have nice, well, everything. Torulf chuckles and lies down beside me, then wraps his arm around me, pulling me closer to him. He smells even nicer from up close, and I feel a rising urge to just press my snout against his chest and inhale his scent. That's mostly just the shampoo and conditioner he uses, as he just took a shower less than half an hour ago. But underneath that, there's also his own scent, more complex and enticing. His whiskers tickle my face and brush against mine, and I can feel his hot breath on my nose. He bumps his snout against mine gently, looking me in the eyes. His paw returns to my chest, running it gently in circles, then slowly moves down my torso, the tip of his claw grazing my navel, and then even lower. I'll save that. I might not be able to read some of this, but you guys can read, so. I close my eyes and rub my snout back against his. It's like electricity passing between us. Finally, his paw reaches my boxers and slides under them. His fingers wrap around that, stroking it slowly, and I have to press my snout against Torulf's neck to stifle a moan. Sensitive, are we? He slides down my boxers, unpacking and traces his paw pads along its length, making me shiver. Oh my, you're already so wet, and we barely started. Carvin, is this your first time? I nod with my snout pressed against his neck. Aw, that's cute. Would have at least bought you flowers or something if I knew. Well, not like there are any florists nearby. You should have said so. I assumed you wouldn't be so casual about this if this was your first time. Well, this definitely isn't casual for me. This changes the situation a bit. Is there something specific you wanted to do? I don't know. It's just nice to be here next to you and feel your body. Let's just explore ourselves a bit for now, okay? How does that sound? Sounds great. I start with putting both my paws on Torulf's chest and feeling his pecs. They're soft and supple, but definitely big, and the fur covering his chest is pleasant to the touch. Traveling down his torso, I reach the tinted boxers, doing very little to hide his erect. I gulp, seeing the size of it. I'm not small myself, but Torulf looks even bigger, the outline of his clearly visible through the fabric. Wait, I'll help you. Definitely gonna have to censor that. Yep. I definitely have to censor that. Damn. Torulf pushes his underwear down, slapping against his furred stomach. He must be as turned on as I am, as the head of his is already glistening with pee, all wet and shiny. Even though he just showered, I can smell a slight hint of fresh musk from his uncovered, a pleasant and mouth-watering scent of a horny male. I wrap my fingers around its base, my paw fitting snugly around it. I give him a slow stroke, enticing a horny rumble from Torulf. Torulf extends his paw and caresses my snout gently, rubbing its side with his thumb. Enjoying it? I nod, mesmerized, and continue to rub, running my fingers along its curves. He twitches in my paw, and I rub my thumb against the glands, the whole shaft pulsating in rhythm with his heartbeat. Does it feel good? Yes, that's very nice. You can go faster, though. I do as he says, and in turn he starts petting the side of my snout, his paw pads running along the edge of my muzzle. I look at his finger playfully, emboldened, and put my other paw back on his chest, rubbing it slowly. My own is almost painfully hard, leaking free onto my belly, but for now I direct all my attention to Torulf. It's an incredible feeling to have a hot stud like him right next to me, all for myself. It's so unbelievably real, I feel like all my senses are sharpened and I absorb all the sensations I can. I open my muzzle to compliment him, but before I can do so, he slips a finger inside my maw, rubbing his pad against my fang. I blush, closing my maw, and Torulf slides out his finger, wiping it on my chin and looking in my eyes. This feels nice, but it's time for me to have my fun too. Saying that, he runs his paw along my side, lightly scratching me with his claws. I feel so sensitive and electrified right now that it's enough to make me shiver. His paw reaches my rear and he grabs it firmly, pulling me closer to himself. Our arms brush against each other and he grabs them both together, rubbing against me. I close my eyes and focus on the sensations completely. This feels definitely different than touching myself. Torulf's touch is electrifying, and his own is pressing against mine and adds a whole new world of sensations. Not to mention how hot it is. You have a really nice carbon. You turn me on so much, you know? His words turn me on as much as his actions, and I let out a horny whine, moving my hips in rhythm. Are you close? Yeah, I think so. Cover me then. Let it all out. Torulf picks up the pace, already close to his, too. Our collective panting gets louder and louder before turning into pleasured moans as we both approach our. When it comes, it feels like a lightning, a shockwave washing over my entire body. Moaning, I shoot spurt after spurt onto our bellies. Torulf, just a moment later, before I'm done with mine. He moans loudly, and his hot breath blowing all over my chest, and finishes together with me, mixing into a hot mess between our bodies. Panting loudly, the bigger tiger pulls me in for a kiss, and I kiss him back, clinging to him with my whole body. Torulf's tongue slips past my lips, brushing against mine and exploring the inside of my maw. His kiss isn't forceful, but he's very passionate and intense. He really knows what he's doing. It's not the first time I imagined, innocent and shy, but a hot and messy make-out session. Even though I already came, my twitch is almost painfully between us, poking Torulf's belly. It feels so good, being snuggled to a bigger partner, feeling so safe and wanted in a tight embrace. So, how did you like that? It was even better than I imagined. We're all sticky now. You can shower in the morning. Right now, I want you here. Turn around. I want to spoon you. I press my back against Torulf and he snuggles me into himself closely again. Only now, with my back against him and his arm on my torso, I can really feel how much bulkier he is than me. The bed is soft and comfortable. After sleeping in a bus seat, it feels nothing short of luxurious. Being cuddled into the bigger tiger feels even nicer, and I relax completely in his embrace. I put my paw on Torulf's. As I entwine my fingers with his, I can feel my heart flutter. His paw is big and fuzzy, and so pleasantly warm, keeping me close to him. Already falling asleep, completely spent, I barely notice Torulf's wet lick on my neck. Sleep well, Carvin. You too? Whew, that was a little bit spicy. Damn. I'm gonna save that right there. Damn, son. Okay. Dawn Chorus. Oof. It's first update for day 2, which is definitely exciting for us. This update focused on Rune and Devon, and we will continue their stories in the next upcoming updates. We didn't have any new CG this month, but we have a few special things planned for the next month. We hope we will be able to share some of them with you rather soon. For example, the custom UI we're working on. I'm sure you've noticed the new font. Huge thanks goes to Squee, who helped us with proofreading this month immensely. We also want to thank our patrons for support. It's thanks to them that this project can continue. Special thanks goes to our formidable patrons. Please consider yes. 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 Love it. Oh, okay, guys. That was a little bit of a spicy episode of Dawn Course. I'm going to have to edit a lot of that. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And don't say I never did anything for you. This has been a much longer video than usual. Hope you guys enjoy it. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.